What is going on, guys? Fitcho here and welcome back to my World Rallycross Championship season. We're here for round number 2. We're heading to England to a very famous rallycross track. Of course, it is Lydden Hill. Coming off the first round of the season, we won in Montenegro and we're hoping to back that up with a win in England. Let's go. So there is a quick look at the Lydden Hill circuit, 1.3 kilometers in length, and it's a mix of asphalt and dirt. And as you can see, the Joker down at the end, you have to go deep into turn 1, and then there's an annoying little chicane, then you come back out over a jump, and as you can see there on the picture on the right, that is the really annoying final chicane, and that curb on the left, absolute killer. If you clip it, you're gonna roll. So here we are in Lydden Hill to start the qualifying heats. And we've been split up into 4 groups of 4, and I'm in group number D with Munich, Markland, and Chicheri.
Come on, best effort today, mate. Let's see what you can do.
Here we go, the first heat here in Lydden Hill, and we're starting on pole position. Engage the handbrake, get the revs up, we're ready to race. And we're green in Lydden Hill, and we seem to get a decent start. We're going to head straight for the normal lap. No need to joker straight away. We were not in a good position to joker anyway, and we're out in the lead. And I'm pretty confident with my pace after doing a couple laps of practice, so we're going to go until the last lap before jokering and try to make the most of having clean air in front of us. Here we go, up to the line to start the final lap here in Lydden Hill. We're going to dive down in to the Joker lap, get the car stopped, get the car turned, we'll turn it a little bit too early there and across the jump and back, and we rejoin comfortably in first place, and we'll ride on board for the rest of this lap so you can have a look at the Lydden Hill circuit. We really back it into that hairpin there a little bit too much there, a bit too eager on the brakes, and up to yet another hairpin, hard on the brakes to try and rotate the rear of the car, and then power out of the corner as quickly as you can. Only a couple corners left. Go to the left, open this corner up, 4th gear, tip it in, occasionally go down to 3rd, and then flick it through the chicane. Careful, and that curb on the left across the line to win the first qualifying heat with a time of 2:46. And I didn't see what the decimal was, and that was a very, very good heat. I was out in the front the entire time, and I was putting in some very competitive laps, and we look at the overall time. We won that heat overall by just under 2 seconds with Sebastian Loeb in 2nd place. So, heat number 2, we are now in Group A with Sebastian Loeb, Baumanis, and Timizyanov. Here we go, heat number 2 here in Lydden Hill. It looks like we are starting on the outside in 4th place. So this is the perfect position to dive into the Joker on lap number 1. And we're green for heat number 2, and we have not had the best start. I'm going to take my own advice and dive into the Joker, and that looks like possibly, no, we've spun it, no, too hot into the Joker. That is an absolute disaster for this qualifying heat, as we just backed it into the Joker way too much as we were following Sebastian Loeb in, and that's lost us so much time. Now it's just a matter of damage limitation. Try to get the best time possible and try not to drop too many points. And everyone has jokered on lap 3 now, and as you can see, Sebastian Loeb is out in the lead. So if we hadn't butchered that Joker, we should have been in 2nd place. You can see he's actually a fair bit ahead of Baumanis and Timizyanov, who actually aren't that far in front of us, but we only have 1 lap to go, and we've gone a bit deep into the hairpin there. Oh no, that's deep into the hairpin. We got out in the gravel trap on the exit a little bit, and we've lost a little bit of time. We only have a couple corners. Again, I've gone too deep on the brakes. Mistakes are creeping in at the end of the 2nd qualifying heat, but only a couple corners to go, and Timizyanov right in front of us seems to be struggling a little bit, but if it wasn't for those 2 mistakes, we could have possibly challenged him. But across the line, 2 minutes 51.9, that was not a good heat whatsoever. Overall, in the heat results, we were only in 8th place, which really does surprise me considering we had that spin. And if I just back off here, you can see in the replay, you'll see me come into the Joker, just back it in way too much, and the rear end just comes right around. I'm facing backwards and doing a flick spin, but I still managed to come 8th in the those heat results. It's still a good amount of points, and we'll still be in Group B for the third heat. So for heat number 3, like I said, we are in Group B with Timozianov, Marklund, and Nettis. Here we go, heat number 3, and we are starting on pole position, which is a nice place to be starting. Hopefully we can hold on to the lead and do what we did in the first heat. Here we go, we're ready to race. And we're green for heat number 3 in Lydden Hill. We have not had the best start in the world as the car is already coming across our nose as we head down into the first corner. I'm not too sure who that was. That was Nettis as we just get past Markland as Timozianov has already taken the Joker. We need to either Joker this next lap or get past Nettis very, very quickly. If he doesn't Joker, he's not Jokering, so I'm going to Joker. Try to cover off Timozianov and get in some sort of free air, and this time we don't back it in and screw it up. Over the jump we go, and we have rejoined. I think we are ahead of Timozianov. We're still in second place somehow, so that has worked very, very nicely for us. And there goes Nettis into the Jokers. We're down to turn number 1. He's going to rejoin in front of us, so that hasn't quite worked out for us. That lap wasn't quite quick enough. We have one whole lap left after this to try and get past Nettis as he loses his bumper. Here we go, around the final corner and across the line. We finished that heat with a time of 2:46.4. That was a decent heat, a lot better than the second heat, but not as good as the first, but still, we finished 4th overall with that time, which is good. Another big haul of points. That should easily see us through to the semi-finals. So, for the final heat, we are in Group A with Petter Solberg, Nettis, and Sebastian Loeb. Here we go, the final qualifying heat, and yet again, we are starting on pole position, which is exactly where you want to start, so we're not even going to consider jokering at the start. We're ready to race in Lydden Hill. And the final qualifying heat is underway, and we've got a terrible start. Sebastian Loeb has already jumped us. I think I saw 2 cars, or at least 1 car, possibly diving into the Jokers. We're trying to get up the inside of Sebastian Loeb, but we can't make that work as we now head down towards the hairpin. He's defending the inside. Can we look up the inside as he's dived back to the outside? No, we cannot. We've got Petter Solberg right on our rear bumper, so we have 2 World Rally Champions to contend with here as we head up to the hairpin, up the inside of Loeb. Not quite close enough there as we get a little bit wide on the exit. Is it worth jokering at the end of this lap? I'm not sure. I'll do the opposite to Sebastian Loeb, I think, as I can see Petter Solberg all over my bumper. Is he going to joker? No, he's not, so I'm going to joker and try to get into some free air and cover off Nettis, who jokered on lap number 1. There goes Nettis, I think. So we're going to drop down into 4th place. So it looks like jokering on the first lap was a great call there by Nettis, because Loeb and Solberg will rejoin around where I am. Both of them are into the joker, both Solberg and Loeb, as we head down towards the first corner. There is Sebastian Loeb. He's just rejoined in front of us as we have rejoined in front of Petter Solberg. Can we try an audacious dive bomb up the inside, back it in to the hairpin, and we can't quite get the car up the inside, as we can see Solberg right there in our mirror as we head up to the hairpin. Look up the inside of Loeb, and that is not going to work. We have 1 lap left here after these next couple of corners for the last of these qualifying heats, as we've got a little bit wide there. Oh no, we're going to hit that big curb. We're going to hit that big curb. Avoid the curb. Oh, that was scrappy. That was very, very scrappy. Oh, that's deep. That's deep. We really backed that in to the hairpin. We managed to catch it, and that will have lost us a little bit. Oh, no. Don't tell me I've just done the same thing for the next hairpin. No, I've managed to catch it yet again. Thank God. But it looks like we're going to come home in 3rd place in the final qualifying heat. But this is a very competitive group, so 3rd should still be a very respectable time as we come up and across the line. We've cut that a bit, and we've set a 2-minute 48.1. So overall, that was 6th in the heat, with Timozianov winning it with Kristofferson in 2nd. But that is all the qualifying heats done now, and we should be comfortably through to the semi-finals, and in fact, we are, just like I thought. Going through with me is Sebastian Loeb, Timozianov, Nittis, Kristoffersen, Backrud, Solberg, Baumanis, Munich, Hansen, Gronholm, and Marklund. So here are the groups for the semi-finals. We are joined by Nittis, Backrud, Baumanis, Hansen, and Marklund. And remember, this is different to the heats. Time is irrelevant now. It is all about finishing position. It's a straight elimination semi-final. The top 3 from each semi-final go through to the final. Here we go. It is time for the semi-final here in Lydden Hill, and we are starting on pole position. The best place to start as we've got the handbrake. We're ready to race. And we're green for the semi-final. I didn't have the best reaction time, but it's actually been a pretty decent launch on flying it down into the first corner. We are in the lead, and now we're just going to keep pushing on right until the last lap, I think. And remember, we have 2 extra laps in the semi-final, just like we have 2 extra competitors. So the spotter thinks once everyone jokers, we will be battling for the winner. Nobody has jokered yet. Well, Backrud is actually just going to the joker, so he should be in a very nice position. Actually, everyone has just jokered on 1 lap but me, so I really need to push it if I want to come out in front of Backrud, who is in pretty clean air now. But hopefully, as they are all in a pack together, as they all joker together, they will start battling and lose each other time. Here we go, we're about to start the final lap, the all-important joker lap. We're going to dive into the joker, the final lap, jokering from the lead. Try not to spin it like we did in one of the other heats. We've lost a bit of time through there. Someone has jumped us. Where are we going to rejoin? Oh, we've clipped the wall on the jump on the exit. We have rejoined in second place as Backrud has jumped us as we've come out ahead of Baumanis. It hasn't quite worked how we wanted it to, but still second place will be enough to see us through to the final. Around the last couple of corners, flick it through the chicane and across the line in second place in the semi-final. Quite comfortably in second, as third place was a fair way back. We couldn't quite get the win. Backrud was quite quick, but nonetheless, we are through to the final. If we have a quick look at the race results, in third place was Hansen. Baumanis, Nittis, and Marklund have been knocked out. And in the other group, Munich, Timozianov, and Sebastian Loeb have gone through. Petter Solberg, Kristoffersen, and Gronholm all being knocked out. Here we go. It is the final. The one that counts. We're down to 6 drivers and 6 laps. And there is the starting grid. On pole is Backrud with Munich in second. Timozianov starts from third. Myself in fourth place. Sebastian Loeb in fifth. And Timmy Hansen in sixth. Here we go. It is time for the all-important final. It all comes down to this here in Lydden Hill. We grab the handbrake. The revs go up. We are ready to race. And we're green in Lydden Hill for the final. We have not had the best starters. No, he's going to joker. I was thinking about jokering, but I've decided not to. I don't want to follow that car down into the jokers. The front two are going side by side. I've gotten a hit from someone. So right on the back of Timozianov, giving him a little bit of a hit as we now head down towards the hairpin. Can we dive it up the inside of Backrud? Not quite, but we are up into second place as now we head up towards the hairpin. Can we look up the inside of Backrud? Really back the car in up the inside, but he goes right around our outsides. We're on the gearbox of Backrud. Can we try it up the inside here? This isn't really an overtaking opportunity. We're going to try. He's turned right in on us. Almost forced us into the wall there. Very, very close. No, we're going to hit that. Oh, that's not good. Oh my god, we've actually rolled it. Oh, we're going into the joker. That was interesting, to say the least. But we have got a steward's inquiry against us now for cutting that corner, which is not what I was trying to do. I just couldn't see in the dust being kicked up from Backrud's car, and we did a full-on roll, and we have gone through the joker, and we are still going. We're the lead car that has jokered, and now we have to get our head down. The spotter is predicting P2, but that penalty could really hurt us. Oh, someone's off. That is Timozianov. Timozianov! No! I've hit the back of him. He's going right across in front of us. What on earth What's he doing? He just shoved wide by Sebastian Loeb as we now get past him. We will have picked up a little bit of damage on the front of the car. That is not ideal, and the spotter is still saying P2. We've got Sebastian Loeb and Backrud yet to joker, and Backrud's not going to joker until the last lap. He's got the clean air, but I don't think we're going to beat him. We're going to have to put in some exceptional laps to beat Backrud and then hope that we don't get any form of time penalty. There goes Sebastian Loeb into the joker, and so has Backrud up ahead, and Backrud has come out in the lead quite comfortably. He's got this race in the bag, and we are sitting in second place with a lap and a half to go, but we still have that steward's inquiry hanging over our head after we cut the corner and did a barrel roll. Gained 3 seconds in the final lap on Backrud. Yeah, right, spotter. That is not going to happen. We're just going to have to settle for second place and pray that the stewards are lenient on us. Here we go. Only a couple of corners to go here through the third last corner and up to the chicane. Give that curb a little bit of extra room and across the line in second place here in Lydden Hill.
The stewards have given you a time penalty for corner cutting.
No. We did get a time penalty for corner cutting in the end, and we dropped down to fourth place. What was the penalty? A 10-second penalty for that corner cut, and that has knocked us off the podium. Oh, that is disappointing. That was a crazy final, though. We fought so hard. We did a bloody barrel roll in the middle of the final, continued, and still finished in second place, but the penalty has come back to haunt us and has knocked us off the podium there. So we have finished in fourth place here in Lydden Hill, with Backrud winning with Hansen in second, and I think that was Sebastian Loeb I saw in third, but it cut off that way too quickly, and we get a nice little bit of prize money there. And are we going to level up? No, we're not. Doesn't surprise me. But up next is Hell in Norway, and I've just realized I've missed the championship standings. I did see that I had dropped to second. I'll make sure I mention them in the start of the next episode. But up next, in the next episode, we're heading to Norway for Hell RX. So that is all for today, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, make sure to smash that like button. If you aren't new to the channel, make sure you do subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Fitcho, and I'll see you all next time.